What's up, everybody out there? This is Aaron here to show you some cards that I still have that I don't see people use anymore or play in their side decks or just play it staple in their decks, of which I think can still be possibly useful to use, and I don't see them playing these cards anymore. So this is just my opinion. So I have some magics, traps, and monsters of cards that I think can still be played that people just don't use anymore, that are pretty still possibly useful to use. So we'll go with magics. First, Mystical Space Typhoon, a perfect staple to use in the deck. I don't see this magic card played anymore. It is very powerful, a quick play, and of course, yeah, destroy one magic or trap. I don't see this played anymore. All I see is basically just Twin Twister. But Twin Twister, you have to discard a card, but yes, you have to destroy 2 cards on the field. Mystical Space Typhoon, it's just a quick play. You can do it on your turn or your opponent's turn and destroy one magic or trap on the field. There's no cost to it. So Mystical Space Typhoon, I don't see any more played, but I think it's still useful. Book of Moon. Book of Moon is you select one face-up monster on the field and flip it face down in defense position. Quick play also, so that's almost like if you're going against a monster and you would be attacked and you would possibly take damage or direct damage, or let's just say you want to save yourself for one turn, activate Book of Moon, put it face down. I don't see this card played anymore either, but it's still that powerful. I see, and it's a quick play also, so what's the point? You're just gonna set it, and let's just say you're going against a huge monster and you just want to save your monster, or you just don't want to be attacked. Activate Book of Moon, put your monster face down. Now of course, you have to select and target. So most cards, yes, you do target them. When you're going against links, you cannot put them face down. But again, just like, yeah, you're going against Synchro, you're going against XC. If they don't say you can target, but you can Book of Moon and put it face down, put them face down, put your monsters face down, put whatever. Book of Moon, I say is still useful. I don't see people running it anymore. Next, Enemy Controller, another quick play. So, Enemy Controller, activate one of these effects. You can either target one face-up monster your opponent controls, change that into battle position. So you just change it. Or you can tribute one monster, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls, take control of that target until the end phase. So that's almost, you just want to take away their monster from them. They're going to Synchro, they're going to XE, or take it yourself. You take their tuner, you take their requirement to do an XE, create it your own way. You want to Synchro, take their tuner, take their monster that you have and you have a tuner, or if you make a link play, or just take out their monster from when they're possibly going to tribute or anything from any play they're going to do to hit you on this one turn. Stop them for this one turn. Enemy Controller, I don't see played a lot either. Foolish Burial. Maybe this card has still been played, but I don't see it played for any time I have played. Send one monster to the deck to the graveyard. That's almost instant already. If you're gonna play cards that you need in the graveyard, just send away other material you possibly need. Another magic card I don't see played a lot. Well, maybe still, but for me, I haven't seen it played a lot. Soul Exchange, of course, yeah. Select an opponent's monster and use it as a tribute in place of one of your own, but you must skip your battle phase. Really, I don't care. If you're going against tribute or anything, just like Enemy Controller, you want to play on your turn, activate Soul Exchange, take control of one of your opponent's monster, or take control of yours, do a double tribute, or just do a one tribute, just like Monarchs, and stop them for that one turn. Of course, you cannot attack, but at least you still have possibly your back row to save you, or particularly just make you just made a big play, take out one of your opponent's move right there. So there you go. Soul Exchange. Creature Swamp. Each player chooses one monster they control and switches control of those monsters with each other. Those monsters cannot change their battle positions for the rest of this turn. Creature Swamp, you're just gonna, if they have a synchro out or one of the big monsters out, just Creature Swamp with one of your monsters, take control of their monster. So now that monster becomes yours. And it's permanent. I don't see it played a lot either. One other one, Lightning Vortex. Discard one card, destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls. Just like Raigeki, except Raigeki is you don't pay a cost, Lightning Vortex you do, but it's still almost like a little cool thing to do, Lightning Vortex. So release. Select up to 5 cards from the graveyards and remove them from play. Basically, your opponent is gonna depend a lot on their graveyard. Play Soul Release, remove 5 cards. So you're gonna remove their whatever cards they need. They need magic cards, they need trap cards, they have monsters. Remove them. Remove 5, which is pretty good. Soul Release. Shrink. Quick play. Select one face-up monster on the field. The original attack of that monster is half until the end of this turn. Another quick play, so it could be, you set it, you have one of your monsters that is about maybe 24 attack, and you're going against a monster that's 28 attack. You activate Shrink on their monster, it's going to be cut to 16 attack. You start with 24 attack, your opponent took the damage and they lost their monster because it got destroyed. Shrink. Prohibition. Continuous spell card. When you activate this card, declare one name. Cards with that name and their effects cannot be used. Cards on the field before this card was activated are not affected, including face down cards. So basically, if you already know your opponent, you have if there's a card your opponent has and you know it, play Prohibition, name that card, they can't use that card. Now declare one card name. So it doesn't mean the monster. It can be like if you know your opponent has Mirror Forces, their Ash Blossoms, or whatever, just name it. They can't use it until this card is destroyed. So yes, Ash Blossom, you wanna, let's just say they need magics like Twin Twister. You activate Twin Twister, they can't use Twin Twister until Prohibition is destroyed. So you declare one, and it's continuous. So Prohibition. If you need cards, if you have cards in your hand that you don't want, then Magical Mallet. Magical Mallet, a little cool thing. Add any number of cards from your hand to the deck and shuffle it. Then draw the same number of cards you added to the deck. So if you pretty much have cards that you don't need, that is just cloggy. So if you have 3 cards in your hand and maybe 2 you need back to the deck, or those are cards you don't need, activate Magical Mallet. Keep 1, send the other 2, draw 2 cards. If you have, let's just say 4 cards and you don't need them, send away the 4 cards. Send away the 4 cards from your hand to the deck, shuffle, draw 4 new cards. Now hopefully they're not going to be the same cards, or maybe yes, but you have combos of using it that you possibly need. And last but not least that I have for magics is Galaxy Cyclone. Galaxy Cyclone. Target 1 set spell trap card on the field. Destroy it. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from the graveyard, then target 1 face-up spell trap on the field. Destroy it. You can only use this Galaxy Cyclone once per turn. So it's like a +2. You do it on your turn, and it's in the graveyard, you can do it again. Galaxy Cyclone and all these other all these magics, I don't see played a lot anymore. Maybe, yes, Galaxy Cyclone, but for me, I just haven't seen it. Maybe it's still played around, but again, I haven't seen this card played a lot. These magic cards right here, I say, are possibly still useful at some point. They could still be used. Just again, I haven't seen these played. So we'll go with some traps. One, of course, Dimensional Prison. Dimensional Prison is when an opponent declares an attack, target that attacking monster, then banish that target. So that's like pretty much right there. You're going against a monster that's so powerful. Like, let's say Blue Eyes White Dragon attack, Dimensional Prison, it gets banished and it lost its attack. You're going against Dark Magicians attack, Dimensional Prison, it gets removed. There's no way of bringing it back. Dimensional Prison is like one trap card I say is that dang good that people just don't do it anymore. Like, what's the point? You're going against synchros that can be that, yeah, of course, target that attacking monster. If it can be not targeted and it could just be a normal attack, banish it. So Dimensional Prison. Next, Ring of Destruction. Now, of course, this card was reprinted and by a new rule, but I say it's still good. During your opponent's turn, target one face-up monster your opponent controls whose attack is less than or equal to their life points. Destroy that monster, that face-up monster. If you do take damage equal to its original attack, then inflict damage to your opponent equal to the damage you took. You can only activate this once per turn. Now, I say it's still useful. It's almost like a winning trap card for you. So, of course, you want to sacrifice your own monster? Fine, do, but at least do it at a point where particularly you're still going to have life points in your opponent. You just knock them out for a burn damage and they lose the duel. Or it can be if you have Call the Haunted and you just knocked out your monster. Let's just say, I don't know, whichever monster you could think of. Let's just say again, Dark Magician. Ring of Destruction, your own Dark Magician. So yeah, you take 25, your opponent takes 25 damage, but if you have Call the Haunted, just Call the Haunt right back, your Dark Magician. So Ring of Destruction, I still see I don't see played a lot anymore, because they say it's a dead trap card. I don't think it's dead. It can still be that useful. Next, Bottomless Trap Hole. Bottomless Trap Hole. When your opponent summons monster or monsters with 15 attack or more, destroy it and remove it from the field. Remove it from the game. Who the heck runs this? I don't see anybody running this card anymore, but it's still that good. Of course, it went from 1 to 2. Now you're allowed 3 Bottomless Trap Holes. Who the heck puts this in the deck? I don't see anybody doing it, but it's that dang good if you want to, you know, banish away monsters that you're going to go against that you don't want to deal with. So Bottomless Trap Hole, why the heck not run it? Next, Safe Zone. Continuous Trap card. Activate this card by targeting one face-up attacking monster on the field. That face-up monster cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects, or be destroyed by battle. It cannot attack your opponent directly. When this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. And that monster leaves the field, destroy this card. Safe Zone, that's almost like saving your own monster from it being destroyed, like Raigeki or anything. No, safe zone it to make sure it does not die. Another thing. Okay, Dark Red. When an opponent's magic spell or trap is activated, negate the activation, destroy it, and your opponent draws one card. So it's a +1, -1. +1, you stop your opponent from activating any magic or trap. So particularly, they use, I don't know, like the Twin Twister. Okay, negate the Twin Twister. Negate any Solemn Judgment. You can negate any, I don't know, just think of whatever. Negate it. The only -1 is you're gonna let your opponent draw a card. But I say it's still useful because you're negating something you don't want to go against. Next, Malevolent Catastrophe. Now, okay, this trap card. When your opponent activate only when your opponent declares an attack. Destroy all spell and trap cards on the field. That's almost like a Heavy Storm, except it's a trap card. When your opponent declares an attack and they have face downs or whatever, of course you still have your way of, they want to attack. Okay, activate. Destroy all magic traps that's on the field. When your opponent declares an attack, so it doesn't have to be direct attack. If they just attack one of your monsters, declare an attack, activate. Declare an attack. So if they just want to attack your monster, attack you directly, activate this, destroy their backfield. Of course, the minus might be it destroys yours, but most of the time, you just want to destroy their magic and traps. For what they have that you do not want to deal with. Next, okay. I know people don't run this anymore, but I still say it's an okay, fun card. Royal Prison. Continuous trap card. Monsters cannot be special summoned from the graveyard. No Monster Reborn. No Call the Haunted. No magic or traps that they can what they can also bring back from the graveyard. You cannot special summon from the graveyard. Cool thing to do, cool trap card to use because it's continuous. Of course, it's for yourself also, but most of the time you might have decks where you do not have to deal with the graveyard, but your opponent deals with the graveyard. So stop your opponent continuously until this card is destroyed. Royal Prison. Next, a staple, but not everyone uses this anymore. Compulsory evacuation device. Return one monster on the field to its owner's hand. Why not run this? Set it. You're going against not a link. You're going against a high monster that can be targeted. Fine, then just send it back. You're going against Synchro. Send it back. You're going against Exceeds, particularly before them using their combo of detaching. No, send it back before them even doing anything. So compulsory evacuation device. Next, Torrential Tribute. Activate only when a monster is summoned. Destroy all monsters on the field. So even if your opponent had monsters already and you're gonna play Torrential Tribute, destroy everything. Again, Torrential Tribute does not target. You just wiped out everything. Nobody plays Torrential Tribute anymore. I don't see that card played anymore, but it's still that useful. Next, Dust Tornado. Dust Tornado. Destroy one spell or trap card on your opponent's side of the field. You can then set one spell. You can then set one spell or trap card from your hand. It's a +2 to me. Reason why? It's like a Mystical Space Typhoon. Except it's a trap card. Destroy one. Then you can set one spell or trap card from your hand. That's almost like a magic or trap you needed to play already face down. Just play it face down already. Dust Tornado. Not played anymore. Fiendish Chain. Continuous trap card. Activate this card by targeting one effect monster on the field. Negate the effects of that face-up monster while it is on the field. Also, that face-up monster cannot attack. When this card is destroyed, destroy this card. Lockdown for any monster you're going to go against that you do not want to deal with that have effects. I've seen this card still played with Draco Monarch, but I don't see that many people playing Draco Monarch anymore. So most likely, any other monster you want to target that can be targeted, go Fiendish Chain on it, so they cannot declare an attack. And the last trap card I got is Magic Cylinder. Magic Cylinder is just so much of a fun card to use that I don't see played a lot either. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster, negate the attack, and if you do, inflict damage back to your opponent by the attack. So this is almost like a game winner also. You said it. You're going to send back the damage of what their monster is. You're going against a high attack. They can declare an attack, activate Magic Cylinder, send that attack right back at them. So you almost have a way of winning the game also. If you have like 2,000 life points left and your opponent has 2,500 life points left and they're attacking with a monster that's like 4,000 and it can be targeted by a trap card. Activate, just send that 4,500 back to them. They lose the duel because they have 0 life points left and you still have 2,000. So it's a fun trap card. I don't see people play a lot anymore, or I don't think they will play a lot, but it's so fun to use. Magic Cylinder. Now those are my traps. Let's go with the monsters now. First, Magician of Faith. Set, flip up, get one magic trap, get one magic card back that you need. Come on, get your Monster Reborn, get your Twin Twisters, get whatever the heck you need. Get a magic card you need. Who the heck plays this? And it's at 3. Come on, they brought this back. Trangodia. When you take battle damage, you can special summon this card from your hand. It gains 600 attack and defense for each card in your hand. Once per turn, you can send one monster from your hand to the graveyard. Then target one face-up monster your opponent controls with the same level the same monster had in the hand. Take control of that face-up monster once per turn. You can target one monster in your graveyard. This card's level becomes the same as the target's until the end of this turn. So it's almost like your savior. You take damage, okay fine, special summon it. You have a monster on the field already. So, and yeah. It's just another way to have a monster out. No monsters, take damage, special summon. Nobody plays Trangodia anymore. I don't see that played anymore. Next, Marshmallow. A set card to use. And it's why it's so good. The controller of the monster that attacks this face down card takes 1,000 points of damage. It cannot be destroyed by battle. Set it. They're attacking with a monster. It's flipped. They take 1,000 points of damage, and it cannot be destroyed by battle. You're playing tributes. There's your tribute right there. You're gonna set. They're gonna attack with whatever. They take 1,000 points of damage. Only for that one turn. Other than that, it just can't be. It's just immortal. It can't be destroyed by battle. Card Trooper. Very good machine type monster to use. Once per turn, you can choose a number of 1 to 3. Send that as many cards from the top of the deck to your graveyard. Gains 500 attack for each that is sent in the graveyard this way. Until the end phase, if this card you control is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, draw one card. Now particularly yes, machines. So maybe if you were playing machines using... So particularly, you want to send cards and maybe those are cards you needed that were in the graveyard. Okay, this is useful. It's another plus because when it gets destroyed, you draw a card. So you're seeing machines, Overload Fusion, with the Cyber Dragon stuff, with the you need Cyber Dragons in your hand, in your graveyard, you need other stuff in your graveyard. Card Trooper is helpful. So, Card Trooper. Neospatian Grand Mall. Reason of this. You have it out. Anytime you attack with this or your opponent attack, this goes back to your hand, their monster goes back to the hand. So most time when you have it out, they do not want to attack it. Because if you attack it and you just hit and you take no damage. They have a Synchro out. Attack the Synchro monster, you attack with this, goes back to your hand, their Synchro goes back and it's still in your hand. So your next turn, you can just summon out again. Most of the time people don't want to attack this because they know they're gonna lose their monster. Or you just have it out, attack, okay, back to your hand, destroy, send it right back. I don't see this played anymore either. Now, just to confirm, the reason why I would still run this is because of Monarchs. It can just be special summon instantly straight like that. Then if you tribute, play whatever tribute you're gonna do already. Special, tribute. Nobody plays it anymore, I don't see that played. The Snowman Eater. When this card is flipped up, target one face-up monster on the field, destroy that target. Set, flip, destroy. And it's a 19 defense. So another set card you can do. Destroy. Swift Scarecrow. When your opponent monster declares an attack. This is a quick effect. You can discard this card, negate the attack, then end the battle phase. That's just already. You're going against so many monsters. Attack, no, throw this away, end the battle damage. So you don't have to take anything. I don't see anybody playing it anymore. Battle faders. Maybe still played, but for me, again, I don't see it played. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, you can special summon this card from your hand, then end the battle phase. If it was summoned this way, banish it when it leaves the field. Okay, fine, but at least it saves you. Attack, activate, end the battle phase. Battle faders. I don't see it played a lot. Maybe it still is, but I don't see it. Dark Samorg. Dark Samorg. This card is also considered as a wind attribute. You can banish one dark monster and one wind monster from your graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand. You can banish one dark monster and one wind also from your hand to special summon this. Your opponent cannot set any cards on the field. So basically you just have it out already, and if they have Raigeki or anything like that, they can't play it, they have to set it. Or it can be done as a double tribute. The reason why I say it's good is because, yeah, if you're gonna like have a way of just summoning it out instantly, rather you special summon it by the cost of removing a dark, removing a wind, there you go, just set this, set your stuff that you need. And if they were gonna just play anything on that one on your next turn, but they can't because they have to set it. So hopefully if you have your Mystical Space Typhoon or whatever, and they were gonna play the Raigeki, Dark or whatever, just send that stuff away already. You can just destroy that stuff already. Dark Arm Dragon. You must have exactly 3 dark monsters in your graveyard. Then you can special summon this. You can banish one dark monster from your graveyard, then target one card on the field, destroy that target. I still say it's pretty good. Special summon. Then it's like your shooter. You just discard. Now after this is special summon, and you have exactly 3, and it's still on the field, but you have more darks. Go. Destroy. Dark Arm Dragon. I still say pretty good. I don't see it played a lot. As for the Chaos stuff, Chaos Sorcerer. Remove a light, remove a dark. Special summon this. You can banish one card. You can banish one. During this main phase, you can remove from play one monster on the field. If you activate this effect, it can't be destroyed. So what? Chaos Sorcerer. And of course, the actual Blackluster Soldier. Remove a light, remove a dark. Special summon this. You can either remove from play one monster on the field, and you cannot attack the turn, or if you destroy the monster and attacked, you can attack one more time. I don't see that many playing Chaos anymore, but if they do, okay. Now for Synchro, Black Rose Dragon. Of course, tribute this, blow up the entire field. I don't see people running Black Rose Dragon anymore. Very, very consistent, very, very good to make a level 7 and blow up the entire field. And as for last but not least, my pretty much right here would be not the links, but the Xe. First one, Ice Beast Seraphim. You need 2 4 wing type monsters. 2 level 4, my mistake. 2 level 4 wing type monsters. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Xseed from this card. Negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls, and if you do, this card gains 300 attack for each face-up card currently on the field, except this card. So pretty much gain attack. Why the heck not run it in Wing B stacks? Pretty good, I would say, still. And last but not least, my last monster is Castel, the Musketeer. 2 level 4 monsters. You can detach, of course, it's XYZ, but I call it XC. You can detach 1 XC material from this card, then target 1 face-up monster on the field, change it to face-down position. Or you can detach the both materials from this card, target 1 other face-up card on the field, shuffle it back into the deck. And you can only use this effect once per turn. So basically, you're gonna rather detach 1 material to send to target 1 monster, put it face down, or detach it, send 1 card on the field. I don't see people playing Castel anymore either. So those are my cards I thought, well, that I still have, that I think are still pretty useful, that I don't see people using anymore, or maybe they are, but as for me, in my opinion, I don't see these cards played anymore, that can still be useful in decks, whether you're playing for fun or some of the cards you have that could possibly be competitive, if you're playing competitive. So those are these magics, traps, and monster cards I still have that I think can still be useful to be played in decks, or if you just want to side deck them. So those are my cards, like I just said. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.